Scientist, then what is the greatest morning routine to get our dopamine in check?
Okay, so the most important aspect is it starts with the night before with where you charge your phone. You can't charge your phone by your head. It's the most fundamental change society has to make with the dopamine. And if it has to be in the room for an alarm, it charges the other side of the room and you get out of bed to turn it off. Ideally, you get yourself an alarm clock. You get off like £2 on Amazon, or you get yourself a nice one for Christmas, whatever it might be. But we need an alarm clock and we need to wake up and not go into quick dopamine. I would say we need an absolute minimum of 15 minutes before we see a phone screen. Ideally, I would push that towards 30 minutes. Yeah. I don't think you can see a phone within 15 minutes. Even this morning, like I woke up, I was pretty jet lagged. I woke up at like 4 a.m. today, and it was obviously very tempting. Oh, I wonder what's going on in the world of social media. We got the whole presidential election stuff. I was curious to have a look at how that was going. And I was like, no, because this is the day I want to be thriving. I've got an important podcast today. If I go into my phone, I'm disrupting the capacity for that moment to happen. So the first thing is 15 minutes minimum, 30 minutes ideally. You want to wake up and you want to immediately take action. You want to start doing something that's effortful. So not only are you not spiking it and crashing it and living in that world, which is what most of us live in, but you're actually going in the opposite direction and dopamine is on the rise. And that would involve you wake up, you immediately walk to the bathroom and you go to the bathroom. After you've been to the bathroom, if you're sitting there and you're going to the toilet, you've got to have a book in there to entertain you if you're going to potentially go on your phone. Then you're engaging in effortful reading, and that's much, much better. Books are way better for our dopamine because they're challenging, not easy. Then you splash cold water on your face, you brush your teeth, and you brush your teeth properly, and then you walk back to your bedroom and you make your bed. So very simply, you wake, you don't go on your phone, you go to the bathroom, you brush your teeth, you splash cold water on your face, and you make your bed. You've experienced a drastically different situation from a neurochemistry point of view. Your dopamine is climbing fast and hard. And then whatever else you want to do that morning, maybe it's that you want to get out and go for a walk. Maybe you've got to make your kids breakfast. Maybe you've got to start your working day. You're starting from a higher baseline dopamine state, which is when you're going to perform at a really high level with whatever action you're wanting to take, rather than climbing out of low dopamine and finding everything annoying and feeling irritated and feeling flat. It's drastically different.
Wow, okay.
A lot of these dopamine experts are never ever talking about the only true way that dopamine can be regulated and created properly is sunlight, which I am in right now, as you can see. But the thing with your phone, he was very right. You do not want to have your phone on. You want to have it on airplane mode. And if it's your alarm, you just turn the alarm off and then you're going. You don't take it off airplane mode with all your notifications and all that stuff, because that is going to wreck your dopamine. Okay? You should have the filter on your phone, improvementwarriorfitness.com/redphone. Okay? And the first thing you want to do is get that morning sun in your naked eyes, sunrise, and then dopamine is actually helped created in UVA light. So it's either tryptophan or tyrosine, which is one of the aromatic amino acids. There's 4 of them, and those aromatic amino acids are driven by UV light, okay? And they go on to make all the other things in your body happen. So get out in that light and get the UV light as well, UVA. And he did mention go to the bathroom, get a book. If the first thing that you're doing is getting up and taking a dump, your circadian rhythm is off. You need to fix that. I do have a complete dopamine webinar going over it, improvementwarriorfitness.com/dopamine. Its subtitle is called For the Survival of Our Species, because if your dopamine levels get too low and blue light and all this stuff and chasing artificial dopamine will help to lower that dopamine. And there's a reason we have all this suicide and all this depression and anxiety and all this stuff is because 87.5% of Americans' time is spent indoors rather than outdoors. That's it. Have a great day. Stay strong, stay positive. Be the improvement warrior.